and a Belchanok. I'm definitely going to get that wrong at some point, by the way. My dyslexia will definitely kick in for that. So we'll see how well it will work for Ethereal. But as you mentioned, a very weak in HellRaisers. This new lineup that they've had for a number of months has just not really been working for me. I mean, even in the Tier 2 tournaments, it's been a bit of a weird time for them. So I don't know how this is going to go. Honestly, it's one of those matches where it doesn't really matter where it goes. Pistol round going live, HellRaisers on the T-side start for our first map up at Dust2. They picked that map, so we'll see whether they can be able to overwhelm. I guess HellRaisers are the clear favourites in this matchup. Passionoi looking to take down JR, at least find one frag back to a 4 versus 3 scenario. Damage being done to the CT forces. HellRaisers will get the bomb plant.
Late lookout from long, too, is going to give a lot of information that the CTs can really only come from CT spawn or this long position. Man disadvantage, flash over the top. Now they do have a kit to work with, but HellRaisers all peeking into the site around the boxes. Pashnoi's going to at least be able to find one, but now he's alone. All of his teammates going down. Kalinka on the backstab to finish off the job. Nice and easy there coming out for HellRaisers. They take the early contact out from the long establishment, then split their way up through short. And, well, at least for Ethereal, they found a couple of trades back, but not quite enough to be able to convert the round.
Yeah, nicely done. Opening start. Ethereal worn down on the pistols, back up on the rifles. Here the Deagles coming in, the 5-7 and the Scouts on Robin and Zorti respectively. The Scout out from JR will do the first damage on towards Passionoi, just crossing out from the mid doors. The flicks from the Scout don't land towards any more frags, and yeah, they're a little bit close towards it. Either way, Lion forced forward here with the AKC. Robin here towards the default boxes, dealt with by Kalinka in the end. Passionoi does fall to JR. Simple stuff again for HellRaisers. A storm straight in, get the bomb plant down.
I think you're absolutely right, sort of about the HellRaisers side. You know, as an organization, have always had some really strong teams, even with CIS players at some points. But yeah, look, I look at this lineup, and I looked at this tournament in particular, and you know, we've seen HellRaisers sort of stick together as a core 5 for a fair bit of time now. And in the online cups, it's been very hit and miss. We haven't really seen many deep runs from them. And I looked at them in IEM New York, and I thought this could be a chance to really show what they've got in their own scene. You know, maybe see if they could push for a top 3 position, try and get into the playoffs. And they're in a position where that's not even possible now, only being able to get a single victory. So maybe a victory over Ethereal will at least maybe soften the blow a little bit. And 2-0 start over on the T side of Dust2. Like you said, they're a map pick. Zorti. I tell you what, he's a name that I don't think has been talked about at like a high level for a little bit of time, but he's been certainly one of like the AWPers in the CIS scene that's pretty recognizable for his pretty sick flicks.
I'm going to convert those sick flicks into frags overall. We'll see whether that works out for them. Ethereal right now only having the pistols in play, the sniper for Zorti. Again, the Scout just playing into hopefully do some damage. HellRaisers don't have an AWP either, so no flicks allowed today. JR making his way up towards the top mid position, down through the tunnel, through the doors. That's what I was trying to say there. Gets those 2 frags of Robin and Zorti, taps up, almost gets Passionoi to, sorry, the player up on the window to drop. Passionoi comes in from the back lines, gets that frag. Dealt with by Problem, and taps him against Kenzie, will eventually take his life for alive for the HellRaisers side. Quickly, confident round, but again, pretty standard stuff here.
Yeah, look, pretty simple dealing with the eco. I mean, not really too much damage being found from Ethereal. HellRaisers, the last couple of rounds have been able to at least keep a majority amount of players alive. You know, we haven't seen it go down to sort of 2 players, 1 player. So certainly going to help their economy line. And some experienced players too on this HellRaisers side. I mean, both probably Kalinka and JR in particular. I mean, Flarich, a previous member to this HellRaisers side too, in previous lineups, I should say. I mean, they don't really need to be going hunting here, but they can if they want. Just a Deagle to be saved into the next round for the city side. And Flarich is going to be able to find that last kill. So 3-0 for HellRaisers. Now we get into the real test, Jay, the first gun round of the game.
That's where Ethereal can try and show up. Again, HellRaisers being in a bit of an awkward situation for them. So let's see how they will contest. We've got the M4s in, the AWP AUG also for Robin here, so 2 scopes out for the CT camp. The AWP back in for JR over on the HellRaisers side, and he'll watch out for their mid-cross position, seeing nothing as they disappear through the smokes and leave that AWP to take its fight. AWP v AWP battle down the mid controls. Alt is going to back up and opt not to take that face, so just watching onto the short control, which HellRaisers also won't try and look for here.
Yeah, pretty passive here from ETHEREAL. I mean, they've been able to at least establish a bit of a long contact, but Zorti not hitting the shot out towards the mid doors. It is going to be his teammate to at least be able to trade out into problems. So ETHEREAL, they find the opening man advantage, put more anti-rush nades down to stop any further aggression, and this now forces HellRaisers to try and take some short control.
Yeah, Belchanok with the opening frag of the round. Kalinka moves up with the AK, the M4 of Kenzie. Starts looking for even more contact. Will not see any of the T-side forces just yet. Shoulder baiting, seeing one and just falling right back out of dodge. Does not even want to take it. Does get JR. Flowage trades it. Robin there to follow suit. And the bomb's been dropped out towards that longhouse control as well. Kalinka and Lion will have the site, but they will not have any contention to win the round. I think they know about it here. Robin faces, lines him up, doesn't get the frags, but Zorti's there with the kill on Lion, leaving Kalinka alone on 14 points of health. A 1v3 situation. Doesn't see Pashnoi, but around that corner, Robin's going to hear those footsteps spray through. And there it is. Swinging a hit. One to the board of ETHEREAL.
A good start coming out from the CTs and the gun rounds. And I love the way, too, that as soon as they find the opening kill out from the mid doors, they sort of force HellRaisers into that short commitment and play really passive, too. They're not looking to really take too many fights. We see a really nice exchange of kills out from the long contact. Now, HellRaisers are going to be able to get a buy together again, due to not losing too many players in the early sort of first 3 rounds of the game. Means that their economy has been built up to a pretty decent level. ETHEREAL taking 3 players out to the long contact. Now Flourish swinging out does get a bit of information, but no kills to start off.
Just damage being done to the HellRaisers side. They're looking to line up a second round here against the T-side forces. Smokes down, nades at the ready for the CTs. The short control from JL and Co. swings out from Zorti instead to shut down one. The Molotovs come back, flashes down into the CT spawn, trying to drive even more CT forces away, but nothing else being seen. They start to rotate back towards the B contact positions.
Kenzie out in that CT position, can be the quick rotator out to the B bomb site. So it looks like Lime's just going to try and sell the fake towards that short commitment and maybe get the mid to B split on the cards. 2 players at this B bomb site. ETHEREAL actually set up really nicely to deal with this play.
Ready to receive, 40 seconds to the clock, M4 Passionoi. Flash against him, Molotov to his position. Kalinka still going to swing, get that kill regardless. Zorti trades, Belachonk also going to get another kill back on his own right. Flaric to 4, problem next up against Kenzie's part, and Kalinka left alone. 1v4, bomb in the open is going to get picked up. No time to rotate towards the A site, going to try and isolate one good kill. Does get it, but gets dinked in the terms, so there's Kenzie there with the final frag, and it will be a second to the board of the ETHEREAL side. The buy up from the HellRaisers probably shouldn't come through here in round 6.
Yeah, look, it's not great. Eco at best. I mean, JR's really buying down to quite a lot. And they're forcing at least problems on 100. I don't know what's going on here. This is such a heavy investment to come out from HellRaisers. They're only on 2400 loss bonus, so if they get a bomb plant, it's really going to help. But Lime and Problem bought so damn, like, down to almost a complete force.
Yeah, SMG gonna do some work out here. Passionate will get that first frag. USP out. Problem's blind as a bat with a flashbang coming through. Passionate can get another kill for it. Flowage will get him to drop. And Belchanok behind the blue box, trying to smoke up, trying to avoid the bullets flying over his head. A flash in the CT sub, allow an entryway in. They've got the 2-for-1 trades and the CT's at the player advantage. ETHEREAL nade back, doing damage to JR. 31 points of health, tanking that one to the face. Wraparounds coming in from the CT players on the backstab. And Belchanok just boosted up, ready to receive the players in the back lines. There's one with a frag. JR does get that to return. But the execution is only going so well. The P250 chimes in with 2 more frags. Maybe this might be a turnaround, but HP numbers are so high for the CT side. And Robin takes that face, he peeks in, takes 2 of his own. And there it is. 3 all, ETHEREAL back in evens.
Yeah, I really don't know what they were trying to achieve there with that buy, Jay, because now they can't buy again. And even, like, why did they not go for the bomb plant straight away? Like, at least going for the bomb plant immediately forces that extra bit of money into the next round. But yeah, maybe some discussions to be made from HellRaisers. I mean, look, there's no doubt about it. I know we know hands-on experience, Jay, that especially these CIS teams, we see, you know, your weird like hero AK buys, force buys when you shouldn't. We see, you know, very I suppose unorthodox approaches to the buy situation. But that round right there in the last, I don't know, it didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
No, from the force buy straight to the hit, you know, it just didn't seem like it made any sort of sense there for HellRaisers. Again, I kind of question some of the force buys for CIS level teams, but that one has to be one of the most silly, I think.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Half buy coming in for them. Still players buying relatively low. 1,700 for Lion. It still should get a buyback in the 4th round loss bonus, but you're going to see the economy continue to struggle for the T side off the back of it. Robin with the kill on JR. Starts things off on the right foot here for the CT side. Nades on towards the longhouse will drive them even further away, so HellRaisers lose an amount of advantage. Looking to the short control, and A-Site do have 3 players here to contest.
Zorti post up with the AWP, so far being very consistent with this AWP. Jiggle peek from Kalinka. AWP does miss its shot. Zorti goes in for a little bit more, and now it's Kenzie's turn to try and chime into the action. Robin now swinging in, making sure that they're all trying to capitalize on these kills. The only one goes the way of the T side, so the AK will get recovered in the end. HellRaisers now giving the lead up to their opposition. 4 rounds in a row for Ethereal. Looking pretty comfortable for the meanwhile on the CT side.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. As you mentioned, lead gained 4 in a row for the CT side. Rifles coming back in for the HellRaisers camp. They have got that AWP on JR. The AK's in for everybody else. Slightly limited utility on a couple different players, but for the most part, it is still a decent buy-in with full sets for most players. Early with those flashes and smokes down into the mid position. Problem and Lime going to lead the charge straight up to the short control. Wasting no time establishing some early map presence, but it's not going to go for the execution. It's only 2 individuals here, and the bomb's held up towards top mid.
I like this position of boosting Lime up to the short box. If Ethereal want to try and retake this short control, they'll get a little bit of a surprise. And we've certainly seen for Ethereal, like, we haven't really seen any hyper-aggressive plays that we normally see from CIS teams on the city side of Dust2. No deep pushes in towards a longhouse, nothing really to the upper tunnels. It's been relatively passive for this CT side. Robin just trying to play some anti-flash around this longhouse position, but he's got to have a lot of T's to deal with. He's actually brought over a teammate too.
Flash in, Robin behind the corner. Zorti will get that 1 kill. Kalinka can find a return trade. AK's out towards the short control, and Problem on Zorti. Kenzie still on site. Finds that 1 frag. Problem will trade him. Hold the control here for the T side. M4 next in. Belchanot back turn towards Kalinka. Timed right on the face, so tension drawn away with the footsteps, and Problem will get passion away for his triple in this round. 4 all for the HellRaisers. Ethereal finally get equalized against very early on.
Yeah, now they're in money trouble on this CT side. We're going to have to force the issue. Robin's probably just going to be on a deagle. HellRaisers, I like the approach to go a little bit quicker that time around. They take short control very early into the round. And you saw that Robin was looking like he wanted to play anti-flash to that long position. And as soon as the flash comes out, he's completely blind. Zordi's able to trade for that opening kill, but he can't follow up with anything more. Zordi ends up getting caught off by one of the short players. HellRaisers, it seems like one of their strong points is out with their long control.
Straight up and out here. Ethereal stacking in and recognizing that long control has a lot of players towards it. Their buy is looking a bit awkward, especially with Robin on the 5-7. Playing that forward position, probably sacrificial just to throw them off so that rifles behind them can get the kills. Smokes down as HellRaisers look to commit straight through to this A play. A gap in that smoke, the second one yet to be received. They have got more smokes they can put down after the fact. Flashbangs in, now here comes the second smoke with flashbangs to support it. Bomb in first for Liam. Chance available for the pistol and the rifles to creep closer. Sprays a bit high for Problem, couldn't land the headshots. Robin's gonna burn as Liam will open up the kill counts. And the bomb can make its way toward the site. They're still so close here. Kenzie can find something at the end of the smoke.
Oh, problem. Oh, that's a big adjustment, and the kills keep trickling in for the T side. That was a complete gamble stack to the A bomb site on a force buy. And I tell you what, HellRaisers have dealt with it absolutely fantastically. Pashnoi is going to be able to upgrade to an AK, save it into the next round. But you almost thought, especially with ETHEREAL having so many players in the bomb side, that it was just going to be absolute chaos in terms of the trading game. But HellRaisers actually come out on top massively. And JR is able to spot out Pashnoi's position. They don't really have to hunt. The economy's not fantastic on the T side, so they can just stay here, stay towards long, hold on to 3 weapons, and take back the lead, Jay.
Yeah, they'll just make sure that Passion doesn't reface and try and get some kills back, so they're protected, they're defended. Nice and easy for the 5th on the board of the T side. AK save from Passion is not going to be able to justify a force back from ETHEREAL. I mean, it might do, it's a CIS team, but it might be better to hold on to that weapon and just, you know, do some damage with it in this round to try and focus mostly on the follow-ups. The rifles can come out in round 11 for this one, though. It should be an easy cleanup for the HellRaisers side. Just the basic pistols in. A Zeus out for Robin. Could catch players off guard if they're not careful. But Zorti, first contact out towards the long position. The only player on the A side is going to get quickly dealt with. Dispatched by the T side. His teammates stacking up B will be able to come forward, but Zorti's going to go down way, way too early.
A little bit unfortunate. ETHEREAL stack up the B bomb site. Think, all right, we stacked A last round. We're going to be on an eco again. Maybe HellRaisers go B. Let's just try and stack it, see what happens. And, well, HellRaisers just go quickly into short to the A bomb site. So 6th on the board for HR. ETHEREAL. I mean, main objective was obviously hold on to that AK. Make sure that we don't drop that. Just means that a player doesn't have to invest into another weapon going into the next round and upgrade. No money to go for an AWP-2, by the way. Pashnoi can go glass cannon with $100 to spare, but not known for his AWPing abilities. I wouldn't expect him to go with an AWP, so it should just be an M4 buy. So we've got another rifle to follow.
Again, mostly focusing on this rifle around here for ETHEREAL. That's what the eco is about in the last one. No AWP potential. AK on Kenzie. Zorti will buy the M4 to support it. Limited utility sets, of course, for ETHEREAL, so mostly relying on the main side defensive against the executions of the HellRaisers side. 6-4, they are in the lead, and the AWP is looking for more kills. Not seeing anyone past the mid doors. Again, smokes up, can't see the cross, couldn't catch anyone above the door either, so it's early long control coming out from the pit position for the HellRaisers side. Just establishing that position right here. Again, they're stacking full frontal into what seems to be another A commitment.
Yeah, they've got a really good read on this again. I think ETHEREAL are having a lot of gamble stacks, I'm noticing, on this CT side, but 4 over towards A. I mean, they don't even have anyone on B. Pashnoi is sort of out from mid and flash in over the cross from the long commitment. They know again. T side find the opening kill. Flarich, long spray, does find one. Another trade comes back, but they still get a man advantage, even with a gamble stack. These entries from HellRaisers have been phenomenal.
Molotov from JR definitely helping on those kill counts. Last player to burn. Bomb plant will be secured by Liam. 12 HP, so he's definitely not in the best of positions. He's a central player on the site as well. His teammates are backed up. There's a player rotating actually from mid in Kalinka. And Kenzie waiting for Pashnoi to make some noise. Flash in. Liam gonna get caught off towards the short control. Is that bomb plotted for long? I don't think JR can see it from his position. It's on default, in fact. So got to get back towards the shop area and spray through. Kalinka will come back as he rotates into the mid position. Gets up towards short. Gets Kenzie to fall. And Pashnoi left alone, running out of time, no kit in play. We'll catch that one player, see that AWP, trying to take it out of dodge, make the round expensive, at least for the HellRaisers side. But no, JR gets that frag together, and it will be a 7th to the board of the T-side forces.
And normally, Jay, in a situation like this, we would sort of say, okay, you know, maybe we'd like to see more sort of stacking coming up for the CT side, but that's what ETHEREAL are doing. Like, they're reading the game really well. They're stacking up the right bomb sites. Yeah, you had that one round where they're on an eco where they stacked B, but for the majority of the gun rounds, they're in the right position to deal with the contact for the T side, but HellRaisers continuously find these opening man advantage when it comes to that A site execution. A half bite. Backed in with a upgraded M4 for Kenzie. Line moving towards the B bomb site, straight through smoke. Passionite dealt with.
So is Kenzie the same. 5-on-3 situation gained by the T side. Lion going to make it 2 as Belchinok goes down to the B side defense and all the B side defenders taken out. They're still going to storm long here, try to take the rifle out of the hands of Zorti. If they do that, then that's already going to be a very awkward round coming through from the CTs. The next one, and indeed Zorti will go down. Does take Kalinka with him, but a single player death is not going to mean much to the T side economy. They've got so much money to work with. They're going to take a few deaths before they really have to be limited on the buy basis. But Robin, left alone, 5-7 in play towards the mid position. You're going to get prepped upon by Flarich. Sees that kill, takes him down, so it's 8 to the board. HellRaisers will win the T half.
And it's now starting to look pretty simple from HellRaisers. You know, the early game, it was kind of not back and forward, but we sort of felt like a bit of control was going the way of ETHEREAL. This has been 5 rounds in a row from HellRaisers where, yeah, look, sometimes they've been relatively close, but I think for the majority of these last few rounds, Jay, we've just seen a lot of control coming out from HellRaisers. Again, ETHEREAL are not taking map control on this CT side. They're really, really passive, and it means that HellRaisers aren't really taking a contact until they get into the execution. JR holding the long angle. Zorti's probably going to peek into it. They actually dual peek and no one wins out there.
Zorti instead there against JR to find the first frag. ETHEREAL again kicking things off on the right foot. Belchinok ready alongside Passionate here. The defensive spray through finds that one problem, trades it and doubles up as well. They got problems on that B site. 3-on-3. Defensive crumbles. The plant will be secured. Retake up for ETHEREAL, and there are no kits in play.
They're so far away from this site, Jay. I mean, Flarich is even going to hear the footsteps of Robin behind him. There it is. That's the sound cue. Easy kill. And this has got to be a save. There's no way ETHEREAL can go for this. Kenzie's even going into the upper tunnels. They don't have a kit, and they're running out of time. I don't know if I like that Kenzie's pushed this aggressive. Flarich, long-range angle. Like, why are they even peeking that? Why is he just not saving? I don't know, man. Yeah. Like, if they would have had 2 players staying alive, they could have had an opportunity with max round loss bonus to maybe force the issue and have 1 person force themselves, and then Zorti and Kenzie could have dropped M4s. Just decision-making for ETHEREAL right there is another questionable call.
Contrasted to the last best of 3 we had, obviously, when we had Dust2 out between Virtus Pro and Forza. It's at the end of the day, like, you know, it's a comparison between the top match in a group and a bottom match in a group. You know, like, I'm not surprised that some of the decision making for ETHEREAL was a little bit off, but just to highlight the differences between the top and bottom teams of the region.
Yeah.
You know, ETHEREAL could have played that a bit better in terms of the long-term game. They wanted to try to go for the retake. At least Zorti got an exit frag, so there's something in that respect, but the buy here for this next round is going to look weak. And going into 15, if they don't get the round out for here, they're going to have another weak buy. I mean, maybe even a force buy if HellRaisers get all 5 picks. And the default's playing into the mid and tunnels areas. No short control established by the T side just yet, but ETHEREAL are not going to overextend. Just going to play themselves out to this mid crossfire.
Yeah, look, force buy here meant that, obviously, with that player going down, no one's got kit. It's light utility, too. You've even got an MP9 on for Passionite. Now, Zorti, has been seen at least 1 player crossing out to that Xbox position. And Nade Up only does a little tickle of damage. Long controls come out for the CT side, but no one's here from HellRaisers. They've got a little bit of a lurk from JR out from the upper tunnels at B, and they're just walking into A because Longhouse has been contested from the CTs, and they've got control of Long, but no one's on A.
Yeah, big gaps left in the defensive. JR able to get the first pick into the mid control. Point blank against Belchinok. The frag is found easy as that. Zorti can chime back in, return to JR, take his head off his shoulders. D-side players held into the short positions. Passionoi with the SMG, going to switch out to the M4, look towards lower tunnels, hope there's a lurker in play. Liam's going to get Robin for 1 frag. Zorti trading, Kalinka just catches Passionoi. Adjusts the spray, stabilizes it off the back of the jump. And the M4 in for Kenzie. Does get it back to evens though. Flarich on site is on 100 HP, though, or 98 HP, I guess it's not quite 100, but close enough. He does get killed off, but they haven't got to make a line in towards the A site with no kit on Kenzie either, so... Again, ETHEREAL retakes off the table, and I noticed they're not really buying a lot of kits out for the CT side. And I realize the money is a bit of an issue, but it is causing them a lot of problems when it comes to these retakes.
No, absolutely right. We haven't seen a lot of kits, and I think it's hurt them in a couple of situations. HellRaisers now with 7 rounds in a row on this T side. I mean, JR is really stepping up with that AWP. We know that Kalink is sort of the hybrid player on CT that picks up the secondary AWP. He wants to bring it on the T side of Dust2. Something that we've seen pretty regularly from CIS teams the last few months. Fast into the short commitment. They're going to be faced with a couple of players here for the CT side, but it's fast out for mid to B. Oh, look at the spray down to come through, and this is all falling apart just from unnecessary aggression from HellRaisers.
ETHEREAL showing that they can hold contests when HellRaisers make mistakes, but it's all about punishing those mistakes and not forcing any of their own. A 5th round up for the CT build if they can take control of this, and with not a lot of breathing room essentially for HellRaisers. Like ETHEREAL have taken no damage. This could still be workable. 1 minute and 10 still to the clock, and they're only just starting to establish that mid control. Flowers is already there in pit position. No presence gain, no contact established. JR does catch Zorty for a frag.
That was a great start coming out from Belchanok, but now it seems like the trades are starting to come back. And JR with a peek, and they're waiting for further aggression. Good smoke down allows Kenzie to get behind it. And he's waiting for HellRaisers to push through, and Kalinka and JR are just on the other side of it.
Didn't see that foot at the end of the smoke. Flash goes over. Smoke clearing. Kalinka making his way past there. Kenzie does see him at the end of that smoke. CJR as well. Pashnoi swings in from mid, gets that frag, and Flaric left alone. Bomb dropped to the mid position. So it looks like ETHEREAL at the turn of the half will get themselves a consolation 5th, but it has been 10 confident rounds from HellRaisers. A lot of criticisms going into the second half of ETHEREAL. It will be a chance to turn their situation around. 5 to make up. What was it? 11 to go to the match victory. Don't go anywhere. We're back after the break.
Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out.
I've been working part-time jobs.
10-5 of the half for HellRaisers. Of course, they are in the advantageous position. They are the ones in the favourites. And the team most likely to win at this stage. But of course, they've got to get through the second half against ETHEREAL. It's their chance to bring it back on the T side now. Pistols out, and look at the confidence of HellRaisers. Look at Liam pushing straight in and trying to find T-side presence. We'll see too. The crossfire is going to allow the raid boss of Zorti to get that P250 in, catch that first frag, and kick things off for the T-side.
And that was so well read again from ETHEREAL. They're just waiting. They know aggression's going to come. Liam gets a little bit antsy, goes, right, I'm just going to see if I can spot anything out towards top mid. And he just spots so many players, spots instant death. Now, HellRaisers now, JR even caught out towards a short position. They're getting the information, but ETHEREAL haven't taken a lot of map control, but they're doing a lot of damage. They've even goosed Flarage down to 36 points of health.
Yeah, tagged up, forced away, no rotation. Actually, is coming through from ETHEREAL, actually. I thought they were going to back up and look towards the longhouse, but no. They are going to the B site, so 2-2 split. HellRaisers do have two players very capable of dealing with this, but Flarage is low on HP, and that's the main concern.
Yeah, so they've got a late lurk out from mid. I'm guessing to try and cut rotations off from either the short or long position. But yeah, look, the two players on the B bomb site, especially the one towards backplat's going to be a difficult task to deal with. 40 seconds on the clock. No, they're going lower tunnels, maybe in for the mid to B split. Another big kill from Zorti to get a 5-on-3.
Raid boss having massive impact with all the picks now, and they're going to form up with him to split in. No, go towards short. And suddenly the complexion of the round changes. JR going to go back towards CT spawn here. All these footsteps calling his teammates. The smoke will go down to try and siphon off any rotations. The bomb plant will be secured here. Where's it going? Open for short. Seems to be for Passionoid. Last 10 seconds in the round here just coming through. If they had a lurker, then JR could have been able to drop the bomb. Opting against it at this stage, though. Passionoid takes face, now sees two CTs. They can't catch those headshots, can't catch those kills. And they might be going in for a pistol save. I mean, it's a little bit early to go for that here for HellRaisers, but I guess the Kevlar is more valuable to them. Sick for the board of ETHEREAL. There you go. Nice pistol to kick things off.
Alrighty. There you go. Well, I'll tell you what. As soon as Zorti is able to get 2 picks, well, both picks came out from a short challenge and a long challenge. So they go, right, 2 players from the A bomb site have gone down. So really, they might have 1 or 2 at B, but probably the A bomb site is going to be the weakest one, considering where we've got the kills from. So a good decision there from ETHEREAL to split their way up through short. Only JR was, well, the only defender at A and ended up being pushed back into CT to hold on to the Kevlar. Which does tell me a force buy is going to come through if they wanted to hold on to this extra bit. A scout out for JR. Maybe Kalinka goes for 1 as well. SMG is up for Flarage and Problem. No Mac 10s for ETHEREAL. They're going in for AKs and Galils.
Straight in with the scouts out over on the CT camp to SMGs for Flarage and Problem. The Eagles up. No openers here. There's the shot from JR. Does open things up now for Passionoid. First to fall. Problem hearing footsteps. Going to smoke down the right hand with a flashbang. Gets Dolchinov to fall. Not much damage done towards Robin and Kenty. There's no more CTs to back it up there, but Kalinka with the Deagle leaning around the back lines. Knows that there are players out there. Heard one of those guns drop. But now there's a rifle to work with. What's he got? A Galil. Spray through. Zorti can't catch him. He turns on towards the doors area. Spray through. Catches that bomb partner just before the bomb goes down. Zorti with a trade. Back 3 on 2. Making it 1 with the Deagles. Chiming in for Live now. Leaving Robin alone. 1v3. Tagged down. Taken out. And HellRaisers with the force back victory. Going to turn 11 to the CT board.
And I'll tell you what, it was a great start to that round 2 from HellRaisers. JR finding that opening pick. We see Problem very close to that upper tunnels position, finds the early contact, tries to put down some util. And then a good backstab coming out from Kalinka. A little bit surprised that more attention wasn't pulled. I mean, as soon as he picks up that Galil, they would have heard it, so he would have been known in the smoke. But it almost felt like when he swung out, there wasn't anyone sort of looking towards his position. Instead, they were trying to look towards the doors and the windows angle. With that bomb plant, ETHEREAL are going to opt to not force Jay, so just try and Glock it out and get the rifles to follow into the next. Okay, I actually like this approach rather than forcing.
Yeah, eco out. They've got a bomb plant on the last one, so of course that does mean that they can stack some money together if they just don't make a major investment. Like, a lot of teams don't realize that. They don't realize that, listen, if you lose the rifle in the conversion, like, you can still, like, force a buyback and get some rifles out in the second, so PT50's in, can still do some damage here. There's potential in the round from ETHEREAL, but as you mentioned, a much more lighter investment than most teams would have gone for, and I like that. Here with a run boost out, going to get 2 players to cross towards the short control. Flashes in, going to catch 2 CTs blind. 1 player at Goose will take that fight. flourish lines up 2 sprays. Lime gets 2 more, and JR also gets involved with his own little piece of the pipe. So unfortunately, you get potential not capitalized on there by the T side. But it was Rifles v Pistols. Now the Rifles can come back from the ETHEREAL side.
Yeah, look, trying to go in for the bomb plant pretty much straight away, but a great crossfire being set from the HellRaisers camp. ETHEREAL. Now, they are going to be limited on the utility standpoint. If they would have been able to get that bomb plant, we probably could have seen full sets. But nevertheless, it is still the AKs out. It is still a rifle round. A heavy presence out towards long by the looks of things for the T side. Robin flying out. No, he's by himself. They're actually going to go and counter into the short face. That flash is perfect. He's so blind.
The frag found to kick things off for the HellRaisers side. So much damage done to ETHEREAL. Kenzie on 53, 25 for Belchanok. AK for Kenzie gets Kalinka back. Smoke onto the CT spawn with the T side of ETHEREAL. Going passive once again. HellRaisers will catch 1. flourish, as you mentioned, sneaking out of the long house, getting Zalty, dropping that bomb, so they've got info and now a man advantage.
Oh, now Problem's going for an aggressive play. This is really nice from HellRaisers. 2 different angles, I should say, or sections of the map where they've forced aggression. And, well, Problem can say, right, stack up the air bomb site. They're not coming B. I've got a complete vision of the lower tunnels and the upper tunnels. I can just keep strafing in and out. As soon as I see contact, if any, we can start to rotate in through CT spawn. But for the meanwhile, let's just stack up B, and ETHEREAL are going to be running into a 3-man stack of this A bomb site.
Burst through Passionoi, and there's Liam there to respond. Keep JR alive, back his man up. 2 standing now for the T side, now making it 1 and none for flourish. 3 kills for him. And the HellRaisers have locked down this CT defensive. The pistol may have gone a rifle them, but every round since that point has been defensive. And only a couple bomb plants coming out from ETHEREAL here.
Do you want a scary statistic, Jay?
Go for it.
ETHEREAL win 10.1% of rounds on Dust2 after receiving the first death.
Wow.
That is low. That is very low. Probably one of the lowest stat lines I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty low. That's pretty low. Zorti taking face in against Liam. They'll do some damage. AK spray, not going to come through for the CT favor. The Deagle tries to make his way back from the lower tunnel, do a lot of damage to Liam, but they drop that bomb in the mid position. And JR's hunting for a little bit more. Does fall. Kenzie gets both those frags, so a bit overly aggressive for the CT side. The upgrade pistols for ETHEREAL will get some rifles now to work within a 3-on-3 scenario now. Bomb back in their control, but they're not going to pick it up here.
Yeah, and look, we've spoken about decision making. I don't want to be too harsh on the guys, but like, why is the bomb going out first on the entry? I mean, it drops it right in the open. It forces HellRaisers to continue aggress. Yeah, there's a couple of trades back. ETHEREAL get very lucky though. Now they've been able to pick up a couple of weapons. Into the short commitment. 2 players at this A bomb site, and even a player on short, flourish. See the shadow. Oh, that's a big opening to come out for the T's.
Entryway into the A side. Problem with the SMG, can't deal with him. He's got to back up passive, try and buy a chance for Kalinka with an automatic weapon, but the AWP is now up to retake it. 1-on-3, they're all solo HP. If he can find one of the automatics, he will have a much better chance of this, but he's facing in first with the sniper. Looking back to the Goose position. Can't seem to find that individual though. Also mistiming against Kenzie's part of things. Ready for a flick. Oh, he lands that on Zorti. 2 players face. He could not get that second one. And that will be a 7 to the ETHEREAL side. The second of the T side gained.
I tell you what, that was a pretty nasty flick coming out from Kalinka, but yeah, I think maybe a little bit of cockiness over aggression coming out from HellRaisers. They didn't really need to take fights into the mid players after they had that 5-on-3. They could have just fallen back and played passive in the site, so they're going to pay the price for it. Give ETHEREAL up a 7th round. Into the buy though for the CT side. Both teams have got pretty limited money in the reserve, so there's an opportunity for both teams to try and reset one another. And look at the approach here from HellRaisers. We've seen for the majority of the rounds on the CT side, they've tried to take long control. We've seen certainly them be a lot more aggressive than ETHEREAL have. And they've just given up the long control for ETHEREAL. This is a lot more passive, instead going for a double setup through short instead.
Longhouse. Stormed by ETHEREAL, unchallenged, uncontested by HellRaisers. Nades up, flashes over AKs. Starting to slowly push in, very, very slowly. Watching for JR, going to see those smokes come down, going to put his own counter utility up, going to try back up Flower to flash in. They're going to get caught blind. He sprays, lines up towards only one. Couldn't see that second player, and the man at car will get the trade back. 4-on-4, orb shot baited in with a shoulder. Reface back, the incendiary and the Molotov comes down. If Famar's flashed in, gets a kill back from the link. Kirk couldn't get passionate behind the car, but they have driven the T-side forces away from the site itself. 2-on-2, stalling for time. JR's going to fall, too low HP. M4 up, spray from Kenzie. Couldn't get the likes of the last. And that's been 8th for the board of ETHEREAL.
Tell you what, Jay, these last couple of rounds have looked actually pretty decent. Probably one of the best we've seen from ETHEREAL. Some really great trading there. They slow it down in the long commitment. HellRaisers trying to use a lot of counter utility, put their own smokes down on the site, try and flash Flarage in to go for the wide swing. But in the end, JR was just, he was so caught because he got molly towards Get Right. He was trying to play in towards the site. He got dropped down to CT. There's another molly. He was just stuck in the open in the end. An 8th on the board for ETHEREAL, and Eco to come out from HellRaisers. And I'll tell you what, there's actually a decent chance here for ETHEREAL to at least get double digits in this first map at Dust2. Remember, this is HellRaisers' map pick.
Yeah, the Deagle's out, the upgrade pistols in without a major force up, so it's likely they'll get this next round at least. The follow-up round after that is also under contest, so there's a potential. There's a lot of potential here for ETHEREAL. Right now, playing in against the mid-control. Damage done to JR. Lion's going to be first to fall as he overextends out to the longhouse control. That's a kill. Found easy as that by the AK. Belchanok will take a bit of damage by the spammed up Deagle, but the best they can do is just do spam damage. No frag so far for HellRaisers, and they back away from the mid position where ETHEREAL are heavy stacking in.
Into this short commitment. Flarage, he's going to start to hear a lot of these footsteps. Maybe try and swing out, see if he could drop that bomb. Again, entering with the bomb for ETHEREAL. And JR and Flarage trying to attempt to establish a bit of a crossfire at this A bomb site. Short smoke down the commitment through. The first Deagle's going to fight ahead. JR and Flarage doing damage now. Problem chiming into the action. The Deagle's still trying to spam away, but it's bound into a 2 versus 2.
Okay, passed off the problem here with the Kevlar. P2 facing him first. Problem gets that one frag traded back. Almost catches Kenzie. Looks for the AWP instead. Flashbang forces him back out to the short challenge. Sees where that player is coming in from. Does not see him cross back past the ramp position. The P250 is out. The AK is on the floor. Did not see Kenzie. He may have got a shoulder bait, but he catches bullets as well. And there it is. A knife to the board of the ETHEREAL side. A lot of damage being done to the T side. And HellRaisers can buy back. That's what they're going to be doing here. There was an eco round that came through for them for all intents and purposes, so money is good for them, and they did some heavy damage.
Yeah, look, they really did. That was down to the wire. Probably one of the closest rounds we've seen in this second half. Into the 1 versus 1. Really well played there. HellRaisers get away with 4 kills. And no kit, unfortunately, for the CT side, but money's very limited for the T, so there is a reset potential. And Belchanok being tagged down to 26 HP, trying to take the fight onto the AWP. A bit of a sloppy spray means that JR's not going to get punished completely.
Oh, flashbang in. JR catches that leg shot, though. Salty and Belchanok both taking bullets from the AWP. And JR taking some damage to return, but he's dished out more than they can do. Minute and 15 now, ETHEREAL starting to lean into the A bomb site. Smoke coming in towards the short control. JR backed up behind the car. He nades on, smokes back again. A secondary smoke may block off some of the CT contact, and Kenzie catches JR as he tries to reposition. Aim thrown off. Accuracy of the AWP a little bit thrown. Flourish will only get Kenzie for the 1 frag. Robin will trade it. And ETHEREAL with the execution. They are on for this 10th, like you mentioned, Dwag. And with the bomb plant coming through, HellRaisers might consider a save.
Yeah, I'm certainly considering that. at least thinking about it. I mean, Lime's got the long control, and he's seen that none of the T's have fallen back, but there's still the mid lurk from Pashnoi that has not been checked out so far yet from the CT side. So if the timing works out, he's able to try and push behind them in CT. HellRaisers going in for this retake. Good kill coming out from Lime. There's a trade for Robert from them as well, chiming through, and all the lurk goes down. I can't believe they make that work, Jay. Have they got time? I don't think they do.
No, they don't.
Kit, they're out of there.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Oh, it's happened again.
They went to the wrong place at the wrong time. This time, at least, there wasn't a dead body on the bomb, so they could actually find it. Yes. They just went to the default position. If they had gone round the corner towards short instead, then they probably would have had just enough to get that defuse, I think. But there it is, 10 to the board of Ethereal. HellRaisers again dishing out some serious damage, grabbing some free rifles, and we'll be able to buy back into the 24th round for it as well. Still leading by 3. No tacticals called by these teams. I guess they realize that the pressure is off for this matchup, so see whether they can just work in and just have some fun with it. HellRaisers, AWP straight up for JR, gets that opening kill on Belchanok. That's a decent start.
JR needs to do a little bit more, and, well, blinded off by the vision of the flames. Zorti and Kenzie are now able to get 2 picks. Now they can just try and charge into that B bomb site. Problem's the only one there. Ethereal really starting to step up on this T side. I'm getting a little bit worried now for the HellRaisers. Flarage going in for a wraparound from long. Maybe start the gamble stack out to the B bomb side.
Oh, a problem gooshed down by the 8K. Kenshi will get that one. Frag, problem's way too low HP, though Zorti can deal with him. And HellRaisers are getting overwhelmed by Ethereal in a surprising fashion. I was not expecting this T side to be this good.
Yeah.
Especially after those first few early rounds of the half, where it was a bit sort of hit and miss from Ethereal. Now they've really found confidence.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they're looking individually very sharp, and I think you expect that a lot of the time from, like, the lower-end CIS teams, right? Is just the raw aim potential. We had a chat with, Joe from Nemega just a couple of days ago, and just sort of talking about, you know, the style of play is being very loose, playing with a lot of freedom, and just going and killing. And we're certainly seeing for Ethereal, like, they're winning some really important duels. HellRaisers, and they're starting to crumble under the pressure, I think. I mean, the deficit's now coming to 2. This is going to be a 5th round in a row. HellRaisers should have just been able to mop up this second half. They lost the pistol, won the anti-eco, converted another following 2 rounds to get up to 13. At 13-6, like, this map should have been done.
No, absolutely, you're right about that. Like, they had all the momentum in their favor. As you mentioned, closing out the conversion of the follow-up rifles, and Ethereal coming back in with their own rifles, back to within 2 of the lead. HellRaisers also not getting a full-blown buy, a half buy at best, with several players with Kevlar and Deagles. Utility in minimal amount. Flarich has got a full set, so could do something out here with the M4 in play, and they're going to stack out long control for the majority of the CT forces. They're going to wait for them to make their presence felt. A lot of footsteps being heard from 2 players, and actually the bomb's going to make his way up here. If the timing is right, they can take out all this sort of round here, but Flarich doing team damage more so than the T side. Pashinoi will go falling. M4 gets back out of position. They get a 2-for-1 trade. The Eagle of JR trying to frag them. They do drive them back out along.
And I'm really glad they didn't keep fighting, because there's absolutely no need that Ethereal need to keep fighting there. Now, what it has allowed with so much of a long challenge to come out is an aggressive player in through the upper tunnel's a problem. Oh, this could be dangerous.
Here's those footsteps. They're going to check the corner. Eagle spam does so much damage. 6 health for Kenzie and Belchanok. M4 Flarich could still take them out, though. Seeing those Molotovs come in, smokes down, forcing him away from an advanced angle. They heard that tag, and JR will fall meanwhile to the AWP Zorti back over at the T-spawn. So Backstab taking the M4 left in play. At this stage, it's better for him to save. If he had a HE, could land a decent dunk on towards one player. That may have given him the opening he needs, but the fact he's got no utility in a 1-on-4, it's just not worth it. Save the M4.
That was such a great molly too, because that angle is where Flarich was trying to play outside of B, and I think that's one of the main sort of elements now with obviously the B site doors being flipped, is you can play a lot deeper out through mid and still trying to defend that B bomb site. That's where Flarich started to reposition to. They put that molly down. As soon as the ticks come through, they know exactly where he is. HellRaisers, and their lead is really starting to shrink now. Now, it was only an eco, so you can sort of think about that, but a 12 on the board for Ethereal. And, yeah, you look at the damage, and you almost feel disappointed for HellRaisers that they weren't able to convert more kills. 2 players surviving with 6 HP.
You know, so much damage could have been done to Ethereal there in that one, so it's a bit of a shame for HellRaisers in the sense they couldn't capitalize on it, but it is what it is, and it's just a advantage gate taken back by the T side. Within one of the lead, a real opportunity at this stage to equalize, square up against HellRaisers and try take their map pick away from them. AK's up spray through from Belchnot, catches Lime, trying to get overly aggressive. Ethereal with the better spawns, the better positions, the better sequences into the mid control. Early frags gained and HellRaisers trying to re-extend, but Ethereal, they back right up. They're going into the longhouse, and this time there are no CTs to challenge it.
Great opening duel. We see that Lime just caught completely off guard now. They can molly out this car position. JR might even be caught on repositioning. He starts to swing out from long, only gets 1 kill. Great trade there from Zordi. And I tell you what, for HellRaisers, there's actually no one on the site. You've only got Flourish here from the short commitment, and his attention's still pulled away from this short angle. Kenzie, oh, he's going to hear them wrap around. He's going to hear them start to rotate in from short. Kalinka's able to deal with the flank play. Flourish as well is doing damage. How is this turning around for HellRaisers?
3 on 2. AK up here for Robin doing that damage. Florence gets a double up, but Zorti with the AWP pick. 2 frags to his name, grabbing that AK now. You know, flashbangs come forward, the bomb's been dropped, they know that. That nade on towards Flourish is going to take him down. No, it lands short, it bounces off the wall. He thinks it might be clear, he'll plant down default, still suspecting Flourish might be in position. Will he spray through the box? Will he try to take that wall bang? A player coming in from long, turned around. He does get Flourish. He pops up, but Kalinka there with a trade to hold the round for HellRaisers by the skin of their teeth. 14-12, the lead extended 2 away from the win.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that, but I don't understand how Robin was in lower tunnels, or it was Kenzie in lower tunnels. I can't quite remember who it was. But they heard the rotations of 2 players rotating out from B through short, and Kalinka still gets the kill. And the nade as well. Oh, that hurts to watch for Ethereal. That should have been a round conversion for sure. And HellRaisers bring it back. Pick up a 14th. Oh, JR misses that opening shot too.
M4 in against Robin, you'll see that spray, you'll get that kill. Nice start from the T side once again. HellRaisers caught off guard in their aggression. I think they're playing a bit more passive on the CT side for the moment. Ethereal are punishing them for over-aggressing too much, you know, especially towards that longhouse control out towards that mid position. Struggling so far for the CT side. Still got only a man advantage for Ethereal. HellRaisers can still turn the situation around.
Now, they're clearing out the upper tunnels. Problem aggressing through is going to be able to give them the info. So now they can start to rotate at A. The thing is, though, they're going to be a little bit too late because Ethereal have already taken some really deep map control in towards this long control. Kalinka, does he want to try and push through the smoke? He is. He's making a bit of a solo play here, Jay. He's got no support from his teammates.
Spray M4 doing damage, no kill on Belchnok, he gets close. Kenzie returns through the smoke, M4 bursts through from Lime, Zorti will get that frag. And problem now on the short control, hearing the tags up close range, Passional getting JR, so now he's the only player left on site, dealt with by Robin. Effective, efficient from Ethereal, 14-13, and 1 to the lead once again.
Okay, well, HellRaisers are kind of choking this a little bit, Jay. And what is one of the biggest contrasts is not only in IEM New York, but you have a look at Ethereal, and as a team, you know, they're not really playing in too many of the online cups. You have a look at a team like HellRaisers, and they're playing in your loot bets and your 9-to-5s and multivives and what have you, like some decent tier 2 European online cups. Where for Ethereal, I mean, they really have not played a lot in the last 3 months. Control play, Meta 20 Open, Hard Cup, the ECA Cash Cup. I mean, they're just not playing in the same leagues, and they are really contesting on Dust2, which is one of HellRaisers' best map in the map pool. I'm just so surprised that they came back and are making this one competitive first map in the series.
Indeed they are. Eagles down, nades up, flashes. This is all they've got left for the HellRaisers side. This half by going to try and play into the 30th round to win it out over there. A flourish with the Deagle setting against Passional, sees that player, falls back, could not connect the shot in the end. Damage done by the HEs may allow a chance for Lime to swing, but Zorti with the AWP pick. JR in the back lines, there goes 2 kills. Trades are available for Ethereal, getting it to a 3-on-3 scenario. Wrap around to the short control. Got the P250 a problem. Keeping two players pulled back to the backlines. Kalinka's going to burn. Flourish will go down. Deagle faces and Zorti turns around for his 3K. A 4K actually overall. And ETHEREAL go to 14 all. 30 rounds up to play for HellRaisers. Need to win the next one if they want to get map point, or ETHEREAL could steal it away from them.
Yeah, they really could. ETHEREAL showing up when it counts. HellRaisers. What is the change up here? Now, they had enough money to go for a double AWP setup. They've opted against it. They only want that single AWP of JR. Zorti, or looking in for an opening pick. Doesn't see anything out from the mid players. 14 to 14. And you've just got to think, whoever probably... Well, the thing is, right, ETHEREAL win this round, they get to 15. HellRaisers lose, and they've got no money to follow, where if ETHEREAL loses, they can buy next round no problem.
That's the worry for HellRaisers. That's the reason why they're playing so carefully around their positions. So wait, bait, and try and play around. Carefully set in for the CT side. Backed up passer towards the A site play. A minute to the clock. ETHEREAL, you still get to stack up to a site itself. And with that little bit of B presence, it feels like maybe they might rotate out of the short control and go to the B commitment.
Yeah, look, they're baiting out a fair bit of util on the CT side. Now, we've seen a problem for a handful of rounds in the second half. Aggress through the upper tunnels. They're waiting. They're trying to bait him to get aggressive. The HellRaisers. Oh, Lime's playing outside of the CT smoke. Oh, this could be big, but he doesn't find anything, Jay. Now it's Problem's time to try and strike. He's able to get a couple of kills. He's still got a teammate over a B, and Kalinka could be the man to do it all.
3 on 3. Passionoid checks the corner, though, and he drops him like a bad habit. Flaric, JR. Last two players left for the HellRaisers side. Got to go in for this retake. Or do they want to save it? That might buy them a few extra rifles going into the next round, but the buy's still going to be weak. As you mentioned, ETHEREAL have got money to fall back on. HellRaisers do not. Time ticking, Robin taking face. Flaric going down. JR's got to save from here. That orb's still getting the retake, and he knows it. Trying to lean in towards the tunnels, hopefully catch an exit, but back out towards the mid-control. Gets Passionoid. I think the T-side are going to go hunting as well. One player wrapping over towards the T-spawn. Can't quite catch him at suicide, perhaps. You hear those footsteps. Zorti facing in, seeing that one player. And JR, if he goes down, there's going to be nothing to work with, but he gets away in time.
And you know what? I've been pretty harsh this game when it comes to criticism. I think ETHEREAL making a lot of mistakes in decision-making. Why are HellRaisers going for that? In a 2-on-3, when you know that there's no money, when you absolutely know that there is very, very limited money or max round loss bonus going into the next round, that could cost them this map. I honestly think it can. I think playing for OT would have been so much better. Hold on to JR, hold on to that second M4. I did not like them trying to go for it. And now you have a look at Kalinka and Lime. They might be on what? I mean, Lime could be on MP9. Kalinka could be on FAMAS. But it's hurt them so much, and it's now allowed ETHEREAL to get up to 15, and one more round is going to do it to get a 16-14 result and take HellRaisers map pick. And ETHEREAL have only won a single map, Jay, in the past, 4 best-of-3s in IEM New York.
Oh, last chance saloon here to bring it to an overtime for the HellRaisers side. ETHEREAL have the broken bye to contest against. They're spread out on the defaults. Waiting and baiting. Smoke down from Belchanok here to try and hold off, and the T's establish their positions. Not ready for the hit just yet, but as the bomb makes its way up mid, they have an inkling.
Camel stack over the B bomb site. This is a risky play coming out for HellRaisers. And look at JR. He's getting super aggressive with that AWP. The lean into the short commitment. And you've got to think for HellRaisers, they need to try and make a play. Now, what they've done is they've pushed Flourish aggressive because JR was able to clear out the longhouse. So they know that no one was there. But there is still a lurk for Robin. So if Flourish pushes any further forward, he may be able to get caught off guard.
And they go, up if JR takes that flick, unable to land that shot, needs to hold off in his own. The Molotov behind him gets the kill on Pachinoy. Dinged down here by the AKs. Second shot does not connect to Dolchinok. Robin gets Flaric out towards the longhouse. 3 kills away for the T side to steal this map away from them. That Pickers! And Zorti lands his no-scope, gets behind them in the smoke as well. He knows that they're both out there. A peek up from the SMG. Problem leans in towards that short position. They know exactly where they are. They bracketed them in. That orb looking for even more. SMG sees him. Shot misses out. Zorti takes some damage. And M4 leans up to try catch some more frags. Flash has not been doing anything here. And the 2 kills come in for ETHEREAL. 16-14. They've done it against the HellRaisers side. Taking